Hey folks, this is Kelani. I hope you're all having a grand time in Battle for Azeroth, whether you're already grinding through those dungeons, crossing your fingers for another upgrade, or if you're taking things slow and you're still leveling up your first character. Hey, sometimes it's nice to just stop and smell the roses, or the riverbuds, or whatever other herbs you guys and gals might end up smelling, but eventually all of our paths will converge in the glorious endgame of the new expansion. Part of that endgame is going to involve reputations, because pretty much no matter what your end goal is, or what you're interested in at max level, reputations will have a hand in your progression. If you're collecting mounts and pets, tabards and titles, profession rank ups, or the more standard gear and item levels, the new reputations in Battle for Azeroth will have something you're interested in. So let's have a look at what reputations are on offer and how to go about farming up some of that juicy reputation so that one day we can all hit Exalted with all of them. Each faction has their own set of reputations this time around. You'll have one for each leveling zone, so one for Zuldazar, Nazmir and Vol'dun for the Horde, and one for Stormsong Valley, Tiragard Sound and Drustvar for the Alliance. Then you also have one reputation which deals with your war campaign and your adventures on the opposite faction's island. For the Horde, that's the Honorbound, and for the Alliance, that's the 7th Legion. Then you also have two neutral factions which both the Horde and the Alliance can gain favour with, the Tortollan Seekers and the Champions of Azeroth. So we have 6 reputations in total right now, which should definitely keep us all busy until the next one gets added later on down the line. Alright, cool, 6 new reps with a whole bunch of awesome rewards, but how do we go about farming up some reputation with these chaps? There's a few ways to work your way to Exalted. Most of them are pretty simple too, thankfully. You will also be gaining reputation while doing other tasks or working towards other goals, which is always nice to see. You could just happily play the game however you want for the next few weeks or months, and you'll probably get to Exalted eventually, but if you want to actively work towards specific reputations, there's a few things you can do to help you on your way. The first is general quests. You remember those side quests you decided might not be worthwhile doing while leveling? They required you to gather up a few hides or skins or livers and you just wanted to move on with your story quests? Well, those quests you skipped over will reward reputation. There's a whole bunch of quests in this expansion and you don't really need all that many of them to hit max level. I know I have plenty left in Vol'dun because that's the zone I hit max level in, and there's a whole bunch of question marks on my map where NPCs are sending me toward new questing hubs which are full of little quest chains, which should net me a good chunk of reputation when I finally get around to them. This is also something you can tackle while leveling up, if you really want to. Finishing off a zone might not be the fastest way to level up, but at least you'll be targeting your reputation a little better. And if you're going to run around getting quests done at max level for rep, you might save yourself some running around. This is even more important with the Tortollan Seekers because they have a variety of little base camps scattered around the zones and you might not come across them while leveling. Clearing those areas of quests and helping out our little turtle friends is the fastest way to gain reputation with them, and with them being a neutral faction you're going to need every little scrap of rep you can get your hands on. So if you're feeling a little adventurous and you want to actively work on your reputations, going through each zone and finishing off the quests you skipped over or missed should prove to be very profitable. Now, if you'd rather multitask and get a few things done at once, you should probably start with world quests. I know, world quests are mentioned in every video, but they really are quite lucrative at the start of an expansion. You can get gear, gold, azurite, pet charms, you know, whatever you want. If you like pet battles, you do you. No one's going to judge around here. Each world quest you complete will award some reputation depending on the world quest and the zones it's in. If you complete a world quest in Zuldazar, you're going to get Zandalari Empire rep. If you complete one in Vol'dun, you'll get rep with the Vol'dunai. If the world quest is specifically for the Tortollan, you'll get both Tortollan rep and the zones rep. And remember that you have 2 islands full of world quests, at least if you completed most of your war campaign, which you should, by the way. Some very important things are locked behind the war campaign, so I would definitely recommend you get that done. So after looking over your own island, check out the opposite faction's island as well. You might see a few world quest rewards that are worth going for. If you complete world quests on the opposite faction's island, you'll get rep with your war campaign faction, so the Honorbound for the Horde and the 7th Legion for the Alliance. Those reps are also pretty important because you're going to need to reach certain reputation points with them to continue your war campaign, so don't just stick to your own island. Some world quests can even award bonus reputation, so they're definitely worth doing, even if you only have a little bit of time each day to play. If you want to squeeze out every little drop of rep you can get from world quests, you should also look into Inscription Contracts. These things are dirt cheap at this point, at least on my server, and they give you a pretty decent bonus, so you should always have one active. When you use a contract, every world quest you complete will also award 10 rep with your chosen faction. So clearing your map of world quests could award you with over 500 reputation just for using a contract. It's basically free rep, the contracts are fairly cheap to craft or buy, and they don't even expire. I really don't think there's any reason to not be using one. Have a look through the rewards each rep has on offer and pick one that suits you best. I know a lot of raiders are using a contract for the Champions of Azeroth because it's the hardest one to gain rep with, but it's also very important for amulet item level. While you're doing world quests, chances are you're already bashing out each emissary quest anyways, but if you're only doing certain world quests because you have limited playtime, or for any other reason, you should definitely be keeping an eye on your emissary quests and getting them done at least once a day, to ensure you don't miss one. You can do all 3 every 3 days, or just do the oldest one every day to ensure you don't miss any. Not only will they provide you with a bunch of rewards like more Azerite and extra gear, but each emissary you complete will also give you 1500 reputation with the emissary's faction. That's going to help a whole bunch on your journey to Exalted. So world quests are definitely a good chunk of this entire plan, so be sure to get as many as you can done. But there are other sources of reputation that you might not have heard about. The first of these is actually from island expeditions. Now it's not guaranteed, and I would really only resort to islands for reputation farming, either because you've done everything else that's reliable, or you're running islands anyways for the weekly quest. But with every island you complete, there's a chance you'll get an item to turn into a specific reputation's emissary. When you hand it in, you get 250 reputation. These rewards are pretty rare, so again, it's not a fantastic source of reliable rep, but it's nice to know that if you really enjoy island expeditions, or you're doing them for the variety of other rewards they have on offer, you can also get some extra rep for all of your hard work. And then there is one last source of decent reputation, and I hope you won't hate me too badly for bringing it up, but the new follower missions and mission table can be used to your advantage. Alright, hold on, put the pitchforks away. I know a lot of people hate the mission tables, but if you're looking for some of that sweet, easy reputation, I mean, come on, can you say no to getting an extra 225 reputation for just waiting on a mission to complete? You should also get all of your followers through your war campaign, which you're doing anyway. You don't really have to gear them up this time around, and there's always the chance of doubling your rewards. This is the lightest we've ever seen the follower system, which means it's going to take way less effort to keep up with it, and then there's a juicy reward just waiting to be snatched up. Well, I guess I'll see how the mission did when I log in tomorrow. You don't have to like it, you just have to use it enough to get some of the free reputation, or the free other rewards like Azerite and gold. It's not that bad in Battle for Azeroth. So that's pretty much all there is to farming rep this time around. Again, if you don't want to actively focus on it, you should still be getting rep from other sources as you work on your item level, artifact power, professions. As long as you're playing the game and doing a few world quests here and there, your rep should be going up. But why would anybody want to rush this reputation thing, I hear you ask? Well, there's actually some pretty cool rewards from the reputations. Perhaps one of the most important rewards from reputation comes from the Champions of Azeroth. Each time you gain a new reputation rank, you can get a quest from Magni to increase the item level of your amulet by 15. That's going to add up a whole bunch by the time you get to Exalted, which is why a lot of raiders are prioritizing it right now. That's really the only super special one, but there's a few other useful rewards too. When it comes to gear, you can get 3 20 item level cloaks at Honoured, 3 35 epic pieces at Revered, and 3 50 pieces at Exalted. That gear is pretty decent if you need a helping hand when gearing up. 350 is actually the highest you can get reliably right now, but that means you'd have to get Exalted within the 3 weeks we have before raids come out. That might be doable, probably doable if you have a lot of playtime. If you don't, maybe not, but that gear is still there and it's still going to be really powerful. It's definitely worth it if you need a helping hand when gearing up. If you reach a new rep rank, you should totally just hop on over to the emissary to see if they have any goodies for you. There's also a variety of pets and toys scattered throughout the rep vendors, and each reputation tied to a leveling zone actually has a mount when you reach Exalted. The Alliance is sort of stuck with a bunch of horses, but the Horde gets a cool hyena and even one of those weird flying spider things, so that's 3 new mounts for each faction just from rep alone. If you're into crafting and professions, pretty much every rank 3 recipe is also locked behind one reputation or another, so once again plenty of reasons for getting some reputation farmed up. Go back and clear out the side quests you skipped, do as many world quests as you can, make sure you're using a contract, get your emissaries done before they expire, and if you run out of things to do, island expeditions and follower missions can always give you a helping hand. But that's it for this video, and hopefully all you should need to get farming for those awesome mounts, unless you're Alliance, sorry Alliance players. Are you working on a specific reputation right now? Is it for the mounts or for the gear? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, you can find a link in the description below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.